Welcome to the community where passion for life and healthy sexuality connect beautifully and easily. I'm your host, Amanda Ammons, and my goal in life is to help you thrive. And a huge part of that is your sex life. Your one life was meant to be amazing, sex included. You most likely haven't been shown this, but I'm here to tell you you're beautifully and intricately made. Made for more, made for the best. However your journey brought you here, join me in a new conversation about one of the most amazing things ever created: intricate, passionate intercourse. Together, let's break the shame cycle. Let's learn how to please and be pleased. Let's fight fear, find freedom, and freaking have fun. Welcome to the Passion Connected Show. Hey friends, welcome back to the Passion Connected podcast. I am so excited for another week. This week starts off a new series, which I think is going to be so good, and I cannot wait to deliver to you guys. So this episode is going to be a primer to the upcoming episodes. We are going to be talking about why investing in your sex life is important and what I mean by that. If you're here already, you already have a leg up on this, and I know that you are in it. You are in it to win it in your sex life. You are in the game. You are ready for this. You want to change and make your sex better. You want to be better prepared. You want better intimacy. You want better enjoyment. And we're going to just expand on that. We are going to take that energy that you have, and I am going to give you more resources and more information. And today is kind of just setting the stage for that. We face so many hurdles to an amazing sex life, and your mindset on investing in sex can be a really big one. So if you want to change the name of the game for sex for you, keep listening. I have been learning so much about investing in things that matter lately, and I think it is incredibly important to apply this to your intimate life. I learned a while ago that what you invest in is what turns out well. Most things don't just happen in life. They don't just magically get amazing. We like to wish for that. We like to think for that. Some people start off with easier paths in life than others, but if you don't invest in something, it's going to go downhill and it's not going to go uphill. It's simply the law of entropy, which is basically when something involves a spontaneous process, if it's left to itself, it's going to deteriorate over time. It's going to get in a state of disorder until it reaches the total maximum level of disorder. Everything in this world has to be taken care of. We get to prioritize what of those things we want to take care for. I went through a big purge in my life of stuff, just stuff that was hanging around a few years ago because I realized I wasn't properly caring for everything. And why would I even have it if I don't take care of it, if I don't give time to that thing? Why let something just rot at the back of my closet or never be seen or have to pick up a ton of items and feel like I'm cleaning up all the time when I don't even give myself time to read the books that I have? I was spending so much time investing in chaotic things and not in the things that were important. And the same applies to sex. If you want to prioritize it, if you want to have a good sex life, it's going to take an investment. You have to care for it. You have to make it a priority, or slowly it's going to disintegrate. This conversation of investing in your sex life has so many things that are wrapped up into it, because I think a lot of times people go ahead and assume that there are things in their life that they should just know or should just work out, and it's really not their fault. This culture likes to push that message that there are things that we should just know or it should just work out. Like we should understand how to have sex. We should just know how to improve our sex life naturally. We should have the resources already. We shouldn't need to look these things up. We shouldn't need to take time to take courses or invest in products that are really good for us. A good example of this type of thing is motherhood. People just expect parents, moms, everyone surrounding children to just know how to care for those kids. It should just be natural, right? We give them a few resources here or there, but you should just know how to breastfeed. Things that are natural don't necessarily always come naturally. To some people they do, but to others there's a big learning curve. And to others they have to invest in things to make that experience better or to make it what it is supposed to be. Everyone is different, and we can't automatically expect people to know how to do general common life things like finances or parenting or just living life. In school, you get like one home ec class and the rest of it is on math and science and social studies. No one expects us to know how to do those things naturally. They don't expect a little kid to know how to add 2 + 2. They expect that they're going to have to teach us who George Washington is, but for some reason it's just expected that we're supposed to know all these other things. We get a little bit of information on condoms, but nothing that really supports this idea that we're supposed to take time throughout our life, not just one quick little session of investing in sex. Why are we supposed to just know how to do this and not everything else? This culture can often make us feel like we're dumb for searching these things up, for having to Google something, for having to learn from someone else. We have magazines like The Cosmopolitan where, you get tips on this position and this thing and that thing, but they don't really teach intense levels of learning about intimacy and the things that you really have to know going into the bedroom. You can't just jump in and do this crazy position and expect it to work out because you saw it in a Cosmopolitan magazine. That's not how things work. You have to learn and grow. I'm getting preachy here on this topic, but I really want you to just feel a level of peace and freedom to invest in intimacy. And you can take this message away too and realize you can invest in so much more. Like if there's something you don't know how to do in life, there is somebody out there who probably does know how to do it, is probably an expert, has probably decided to do this for a living and done tons of research. You can look to them. If you don't know how to do laundry, if you don't know how to grocery shop, if you don't know how to sign up for internet, if you don't know how to parent, or you need to learn to do something to fix your car, there's somebody out there that can help you. Invest in those things. Don't just think and expect that you are supposed to just be this person who just knows. Same way with sex. I can't fathom why we think we should just know how to do this, that we should just know how to make it better. A lot of people say that it's because, you'll figure it out together. Part of that I get. That's true. You are going to learn things about each other because each of you are unique. You're going to learn how you work together. But that doesn't mean that everything comes naturally just because all of a sudden you're doing it together. You'll have different problems you have to deal with. You have different desires and wants and a different history and different futures and everything that translates into needing to learn and needing to grow. I remember one of the first questions I ever Googled about sex was, okay, so I think I was I don't know. I think it was sometime in middle school and I didn't understand sex. I had no idea. I just, heard snippets of things here and there in school and whatnot. So I Googled, when you have sex, do you move together the same direction, back and forth, or do you move against each other? Looking back now, I can laugh and be like, okay, that's hilarious. But to my 7th grade or 8th grade mind, I had no idea. I had no idea what it looked like. I had no idea. I didn't understand these things. So I remember getting on Google and looking it up, and somebody else had asked this question. So I was like, okay, I'm not the only one who's like, what is going on here? But somebody responded to that question. I can't remember. It was on one of those Q&A websites like Quora or something like that. And this person responded saying, if you are asking this question, then you are too young to be on here. You're too young to know the answer. And I felt really embarrassed looking at that and realizing, oh my goodness, okay. I'm just dumb. I'm just stupid. Man, I should have known this. I'm sure that other people my age know this, or maybe I am too young. Maybe I should get off here. Why am I looking this sort of thing up? But thinking back to it now, that is the dumbest answer ever. It's like someone is actually asking a question about something that they don't know and that they will need to understand. And someone's just going to tell them, oh, you're too young. Okay, so let's get this right here. We're supposed to just know it when we turn 18. And all of a sudden, all the information we ever needed about sex is just going to flood into our brains. All the information we ever needed just pops up in there and goes, whoa, here it is. You know how to have sex. No, that is absolutely ridiculous. Don't expect that of anyone else. Don't expect that of yourself. If you have a friend who hasn't done this before, please be the person to guide them to good resources or help them yourself. If it's you, invest in your sex life. For the people who haven't done this before, somewhere, somehow, someone or something is going to teach them, or they're going to teach themselves through whatever methods they find necessary at the time, because it's not something that is just known. And if you have problems, if you have questions, or if you just want your sex life to be better, if you feel like you're not having sex enough and you want it more, or you're not having pleasure in sex, invest. Take time, invest. You are not dumb for asking these questions. You are not less than anyone else for finding the resources that you need or the tools that you need. In fact, you are like a level up. You are a level up for being the kind of person who is willing to take that time and effort. It's a natural part of life, but just because it's natural doesn't mean you don't have to learn and grow. My kids going to the bathroom is natural, but I have to teach them where and when and how to wipe. For some people, I also think that they think we should just do it and it just happens this way and it can't get better. It is what it is, which is also a load of baloney. It can get better. It can get better if we want to make it better, if we put intention into it. So just like we take time to invest in our education, in our homes, in our children, in betterment of ourselves, in our faith, in our families, in our jobs, in our friends, let's invest in sex. So what does investment look like? You're like, okay, I get it. I need to, invest in this, Amanda. What does this look like? I think investment looks like so much more than just money. To me, investment is my energy. It is my time, my love, my money, my effort. If I'm thinking about my husband, I'm investing in him because I'm investing my thoughts. I'm investing my time on him by thinking about him. If I spend my time with my kids, I'm spending and investing both my time, my energy, my love, my mental capacities sometimes, my money, because that's time that I'm not specifically making money. I'm investing all of that in my kids. When I take time to invest in myself through self-care or more rest or just some of the little things that I know I need in life or time to think, I'm investing time, energy, and money into myself. When I invest in my relationship with God, that is the best because I get back like tenfold. It's like the best investment I've got. And it is worth investing time and energy and money and all of those things. So I just want to put this idea in your mind that sex, investing in it is more than just me saying like, okay, go get a course to help you with a problem or get a course to make things look better or whatever. It looks like time, energy, money, love. It is so many things. Investing in sex, you have to take time away and think about what that means for you. What do you need in your sex life? Do you just need a little bit more intention? Do you need actually more time? If you feel like sex isn't going as well as you would like and you'd like some more intimate time before you really get into the throes of things, try investing in just a little bit of prep for yourself or investing in some mood lighting or investing in mentally preparing yourself to have a good time. I think that is one of the biggest ones for me is setting aside time before going into sex and telling myself, okay, I want sex to be what? I want it to be good. I want it to feel like I'm closer to my husband. I want to enjoy it, or I want to feel like he knows that I love him. I want to feel like he loves me. So this is the intent that I'm setting for going into this time. And by taking that time to pre-think through those things, I'm investing in my sex life. I could be thinking about 101 other things, probably more than that, honestly. I could be thinking about how I need to clean up this thing. I could be thinking about what the next thing is I have to prepare for my kids. I could be thinking about that bill that needs to be paid. Or I could take time to prioritize my sex life, stop and think through, what can I do to invest in this and make it better? I just want to put this idea in your mind that sex is worth investing. And there are so many different ways to do that. It doesn't mean just money. But whatever investment you put into it, whatever good investment you put into it, you are going to get it back. I truly believe that. Just like my relationship with God, where I get it back tenfold, if you put time and effort and money and energy into your sex life, it's going to come back to you in good things, in a better relationship, in better enjoyment. I mean, sex has so many good qualities to it, so many things that you get from it when it is good. If you invest in good, you're going to get back good. Same way as if you invest in bad. If you have negative thoughts, if you just push sex off to the back of the closet to be the thing that just rots and sits away and you never want to think about it and you never want to give time for it, or maybe you've had problems with sex before and you really need some counseling, but you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go there. Things are going to deteriorate. They're not going to get better. Invest the good things. Multiply the good in your life. It will give back to you. It will give back to you in a healthier life, marriage, and so much more. A healthier body, a healthier mentality. So much good happens around sex and is centered around sex. It is worth investing in. So this was the primer to the series, guys. This is just setting the foundation. This is getting your head in the game of what could it look like for me to change my sex life? What are some of the things that I might want to change? I might want to invest in. I might want to prioritize. What are some of the things I feel like I need to get rid of? That they're bad investments that I'm making into my sex life and I don't want them there and I need to eradicate them. This is all just setting the foundation. The next few episodes are going to cover all of my favorite ways to invest in sex, from education to products and so much more. Thanks so much for listening, friends. I hope this episode was exactly what you needed. If you need any more help or assistance, I am definitely here for you. You can reach out and join in my Facebook group. I have an amazing group of people in there that are so ready to engage people and are ready to just be open and help with healthy sexuality. If you are one of my brides to be, one of my women heading for your honeymoon, I have the perfect packing list for you. I have set everything aside and focused on this and really developed this packing list for you, where I have a video walkthrough of everything you'll need for that honeymoon to prepare for an amazing time, all the romantic items, personalized items for you, items to prevent pain, and so much more to help get you started and get this marriage off to an amazing start. So if you want to invest in that, go click on the link in the show notes. It is free, it is amazing, and it is going to be so helpful for you. I can't wait for you to have it. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you guys here next week.